Alrighty, so not much time has passed since we just mounted up the bearings on the ATX slabs here with the Pro Comp 40s. I've had the Pro Comp 40s for a minute now, especially with Big Sauce. These are the ones from Big Sauce, if you guys did not catch that previously. But yeah, so this is the setup right now. Showing you guys now, we just picked up these Toyo Open Country Mud Terrain 40 by 1350 R17. Same size, just different brand. These are going to be a little bit heavier. Probably going to be doing some 488s, at least maybe 513s, hopefully soon to compensate for that. Also going to be upgrading a lot of other stuff like beefier steering. We've already got parts for that, so we're just got to have time to do it all, finish it up. As you can tell, these tires are dirty just from not being clean. They've been used off-road, obviously, but that is no problem because we're going to be testing these out off-road hopefully soon. Going to be finishing up a few more little things here, but yeah, so we're kind of deciding if we're trying to want to paint the ATX slab rings over here, either color match this. We're going to have everything out, so we got to get the rear bead of the tire dismounted, or if we're just going to leave them raw, probably going to leave them raw and keep up with this look here for a little bit. Might change that down on the road. Alright, so yeah, tires are broken down. Just got back from taking the wheels and tires from getting actually separated from the wheels, like breaking the bead down. But here are the wheels. That one's gonna be a spare, obviously. It needs to be painted, but they just need to be cleaned up a little bit. Then we're gonna be mounting them. Shouldn't take more than 2 or 3 hours usually. These are the Toyo 40s. I think I showed you guys that already. Here's a little comparison also. You can see how they're both 40 by 1350, but as you can see on the right here, the Toyo Open Country empty, mud terrain, it's going to be a little bit more narrow on the tread here. Not necessarily like the sidewalls, but just like the tread. You can just kind of tell that the Pro Comp on the left here is going to be a lot wider. Just a little size comparison there. Alright, so I got the screwdriver flathead right here, went around the edge of the bead here, and I kind of tucked it in between where the end of the wheel is, because there's a ledge underneath this where the tire is supposed to sit in. So the bead is not supposed to sit on top of this, it's supposed to sit down inside of this. So just went all the way around, you know, kind of slid in between, pulled the bead of the tire back so it would sit down, and then went around with the hammer and hit on the edge of the tire, not the wheel, just to make sure it was seated all the way around. As you guys can see, we are good to go. That's a check all the way around, and then we're pretty much good to go ahead and soak this up a little more, put the ring on, and start bolting it down. Show you guys that on the time lapse. Alright, so if you guys are ever in a position to where you're mounting your own beadlocks, this is not a tutorial obviously, but we do advise. There's plenty of videos online, especially for the ATX slabs, you know, mounting in a star pattern, like actually tightening down the bolt. So like when you tighten down the bolt, it would go like in a star, so like one here, one here, one here, one here. That way it ensures that it goes down evenly, so that way it's not tightening down too much on this side, you know, stuff like that. Just making sure that this is going down completely center. We like having the soapy bead to make sure that the ring sits down and centers where it naturally wants to, so that way it doesn't get hung on one side or the other and cause it to ride like an oval. But yeah, we are about to start tightening in the start pattern, and finally we're going to go around in torque motion about 4 times, and this should be good to air up. The brand tire kind of has something to do with how many times you have to go around the circle with the torque wrench, because the Pro Comp beads, when they would sit on the inside of the wheel to seat, they would just fall right in. See, Pro Comp has a thinner sidewall, so Toyo is really thicker on the sidewall all the way around. I think on the beads too, I want to say probably just different type of material, but it took a lot more to compress this down, just like seating it. So I think they're just made different, obviously different brands, but it took about 6 or 7 times going around to where each bolt was fully torqued. So there's something to note there. Alrighty guys, it is the same night here, taking a break from mounting the wheels and stuff like that. By the time it becomes midnight tonight, it will be my birthday. It's going to be April 1st, so this is March 31st right now, the day we came back from Atlanta, so this should be part of the same video. It's probably like 11 or something right now, but we're going to go and get some yeah, like I was saying, my phone got cut off earlier, ran out of space. But what I was saying is we're going to be trying to eat some wings, you know, like when it turns midnight, when it's my birthday and all that fun stuff. So, yeah, show you guys a quick little clip there. Just bring you guys along for the right little vlog type style, you know, riding around on stock. tires until we're getting the new setup. Show you guys that here in a little bit.
Close.
And you're like, all right, gotta go. Going to Buffalo.
All right, so Buffalo's is doing something new, kind of like they got their food like on these trays and stuff now. It's like
nice
metal trays. They got like new menus and stuff. New menus. I'm not sure like when they changed that, but we just did an Instagram live like 10 minutes ago. It's pretty cool. Basically my birthday now, so just giving you guys a little update here. So here are the Rubicon Express quick disconnects. The picture on the box is for like a TJ or something, obviously because you know this is like a non-disconnectable joint right here for the actual sway bar, and this is the axle side right here. So yeah, the picture is kind of misleading. It's definitely for a JK though. We'll get into that in a second and show you guys on the inside that these are like pretty much identical. I guess they're pretty much replicas of like the JKS disconnects. I have had these before on Glade, the silver JKU, previously like a couple of years ago, and they did really well. Sold the Jeep with them, and you know they looked really good. So this is basically gonna be like a silver JKS setup basically here. So show you guys here on the inside, instructions. Yeah, let's see, that's cool. I always give you like a little brushed metal decal here, which is always cool. Put that somewhere like on your RC crawler, you know. The main disconnect, if I can get it out. All right, so a little bit of up close on the quality here. You guys can see it's kind of like a silver metallic color. So the Zerk fittings probably need to be tightened. So you got this, I probably want to say like a polyurethane joint. It does not feel like it's greased. It feels kind of dry. I'm probably going to end up putting some grease in that on the install. So this is the jam nuts right here. Going to be holding this straight and then torquing this down on the install too. Pretty much same thing down here, just non-adjustable. You know, your little grease fitting. Pretty simple little build here, and the reason why I like these a lot is because they're really beefy. Have not had any issues with them bending or anything, because you know like the stud that actually goes inside of this for it to hold onto is like super thick. Obviously, you know, the sway bar, if any bolts I've ever had come loose on a Jeep, just like even having them like properly torqued, Loctite and all that, it's gonna be like the sway bar bolts. And these have like the lock nut, which is really nice, so don't have to worry about those coming loose once they're properly torqued and super tight. And then this is super thick, so that's not really going to be bending. I've never had any issues with that bending before previously. A little bit of spacer there. The grade 8 pins, which I mean they're pretty much identical to JKS. So let's see, the same thing over here. We were looking at the Metal Cloak sway bar disconnects, and to be honest, those, I was comparing those against the Rough Country ones just because I was not going to buy the Rough Country ones, but just looking at them side by side, because the Metal Cloak ones, honestly, they looked identical to the Rough Country ones. They were just, you know, obviously zinc coated, So they were just, you know, one was silver, one was gold. I think Rough Country was like $10 cheaper, I want to say. So I was like, yeah, probably, I don't know. They looked a little thin, to be honest. So I just held off on the Moto Click ones and, you know, went with these. So I think these are going to look good, you know, being silver, going to have a little bit of accent, you know, versus having the JKS ones where they just blend in.